Alright, so I'm going to work on descaling a lot of this surface rust here in preparation of the lanolin coating. So I'm not going to videotape me doing this, but at least you get some before and after shots of some areas at least. It's before and after pictures of some descaling. I haven't done this section yet. I did a little bit right over here. Again, just looking at the loose rust off. Still going to look rusty, but getting a loose rust off so the lanolin can kind of get in there and creep its way in and protect this truck from any future rust damage. Right, I'm not sure how well it's going to come out, but I did do the needle scaler underneath the truck the best I could. Still a few more spots I got to hit. I got to power wash it still, then I'll get out in the driveway and do it once more. But look on the ground here, all that dirt and grime. That's not dirt and grime, that's pieces of rust. Not sure if it's coming up on the camera or not, but look up under there. A little worse than I want it to be once I got into it, but I think once I get the undercoating on there, the lanolin undercoating, fluid film, it should stop any future rust from getting there. Again, no holes in the frame, no structural issues, just a little worse than I was hoping it was going to be. But anyway, I got covered in dirt and grime all day today trying to clean up this mess. But again, still have some more work to do. Power wash it. Use that Harbor Freight compact scaler. So McGraw compact air needler scaler. Worked pretty well. It's about $39 I think currently. And maybe get one on Amazon a little cheaper, but at least with this one I think the tools have a little better quality than some random no-name brand on Amazon. So anyway, surface rust is still visible, but I think most of the scaling is gone and almost prepped and ready for undercoating. Alright, that was a long, not fun day. I don't know if you can tell, but here's what I ended up scaling off. Obviously it was much worse in the back than the front. Yeah, that's a little rock right there. I was stuck up in there. This is all surface rust, but there's a little thickness to it. So that's just the back section there was the worst. This is what I got off. Yes, up front it wasn't too bad. It was mostly just, grease and the grease fittings and some scaled rust there. Bit of the bumper stop right there. Obviously I replaced those already. I'm not sure what that is, but anyway, took it for a first test drive. And runs pretty good. So we'll see. I got the hitch to install still, and I got to do all the undercoating to it, and then fix the front bumper. Just vacuuming up the old truck. I just finished vacuuming up, and it's heavier than I thought. Honestly, I think there's gonna be that much weight in there, but it feels like just a couple pounds. I don't have a scale up here, but that pretty much the whole bottom section of that vacuum cleaner catch is rusty metal. So watch this. Oh, yeah, it was solid 2 pounds of rust I just pulled off that. Nothing much to see in there, but alright, well, either way, the lanolin undercoating will hopefully stop it from getting any further or any worse. Alright, Suburban with more rust than I had hoped. Day 3. So it's a whole little more scaling with the air needler. I pulled the wheels off the back before those were on the ground, so just got in here a little more. Got a power washer handle coming in today. I'm gonna power wash everything and then start coating tomorrow. So I have the new hitch to install also. Mentioned that before. So again, not horrible. It's just it needs it pretty bad. There's the original coating right there. So again, these high spray areas, Still solid, no doubt about that. Just needs some preventative undercoating to keep this thing from getting any worse. All right. Here's my weapon of choice, McGraw compact pneumatic air needle scaler, I guess they call it. Harbor Freight, $40. Working pretty good. Hooked up to my Husky 20-gallon standard spec 6.1 at 40 psi, 4.3, and I'm running about 90 psi or so on the regulator. So anyway, all right. Well, about done air needling and power wash it, and then start getting it coated. This is the tool of choice. Pick this little guy up from Amazon, $27. Came with a quick connect on the back side and then 6 tips on it. So pressure washer's got a couple leaks, but it's got a Honda 13 horsepower on it. It's an old commercial unit. Still runs pretty good. All right, might be all for this particular segment of the video. There's the old truck. All right, well, the pressure washer wand arrived, so just trying to get any more dirt and grime or salt or dirt off this thing so the undercoating will have a cleaner surface to stick to. So it was a bit dirty for sure, but didn't damage anything with electric wires or anything underneath here, but it's pretty good. The day is finally here. It's time to do some undercoating. So this was the Wool Wax Professional spraying gun. Came in the mail. Some directions about installing the hoses. Came with an air freshener. Haven't opened this package yet, but this thing in here is going to be the gun. Some instructions on how to use that. Watching some reviews online, this was seems like the best bang for your buck. I know I'll have to be doing undercoating once a year. I figured I'd splurge right now and get a decent quality gun. Made by Kel Sport Products. I believe that's made in Italy. It says there. So that's what's in that bag. But not even an air nozzle. Quick connect. I thought that'd be in there, but no quick connect. Comes with 3 1-quart bottles and 2 of these hoses. One's longer than the other one. The one has the multiple direction nozzles in it. The other one is longer, but it shoots straight, so you can get above the frame and that sort of thing will be used there. Let's see. I guess these just thread into this tip right here, I'm guessing. So I'm obviously going to start with the in the frame, every nook and cranny I can find in the frame and the bodywork. So I'll be starting with this hose here. And so I'll have to do some test areas. Something like that. I have to get hopefully I have that attachment here for my air compressor stuff so we can get this going today. I did not know that. I should open this package a week ago. Alright, well fortunately I had one of these laying around, so stick some Teflon tape on this little guy. Let's see the other direction. This goes on best one way, and this is the wrong way. So I usually get that wrong at least once. Three wraps is good enough, and then we'll make sure that Teflon is not down in the side there, and we'll put on this adapter and I'll tighten it off camera. Okay, step 1, have the gun ready. There is no built-in regulator on this particular gun, so I'll just use the regulator on my air compressor to control the flow. So we'll put this aside for now, and then we'll open up fluid film. Alright, so I got 2 different cans of fluid film. One's the clear or typical color, and the other one has a little black in it. I figure for the underside of the truck, I'm going to use black on the frame. Everywhere else, from up top in the engine bay, that sort of area, I'm going to use the regular colored or non-dyed. What I've read, they just put some graphite inside this can to make the black. I priced out buying graphite individually, but it turned out to be the same price, if not a little more money, for the quantity I'm using. If you're a shop that's buying these by the 5-gallon buckets, then I'm sure it'd be beneficial to, you know, dye it yourself with graphite. So, we'll do this. It shakes up a little bit first. Nothing's moving in there. My head won't move. Obviously going to stir it up as well, but the easier this flows, the easier it'll be to get in these little quart containers. Alright, well, you're going to see what fluid film in a 1-gallon container looks like at the same time. Okay. It's showing up, but it's pretty thick, I'll say. I do not have a good funnel to pour this in this quart container, so I'm not sure how this is going to work. It's got a smell to it, but it's not horrible. But it's not unnoticeable either. Making a mess already. I honestly thought this would be the fun and easy part, but learning a paint gun or this undercoating spray gun and everything else is going to be a learning curve. So, how are we going to get that into here? There's no way it's going to pour out. Let's make a fool of myself if I try. This is going to be an absolute nightmare, but no, it's not good. It's like gulping. Guess one of those big mouth spray guns would have been a little better. Pause that thought. I'm going to think about this for a little bit. Alright, so I have a solo cup here. Maybe if I just open the bottom and make that a funnel, that'll fit inside there. Maybe that'll work. You see what I'm doing here. I'm just trying to take, I just sliced it in quadrants. And fold it like that. Let's see, does that fit inside there, or did I make the slices too big? Okay, well, slice a little too big. We'll try this. So much spills out on the side. Oh, pretty good now. That solo cup works pretty good. So it's not super expensive, but I don't like to waste anything, so I'm trying to get this as I can back in the can. I hear it's non-toxic. Don't know how good it is to have all over your fingers, but
see you guys spraying it without even a dust mask on. So I'm still gonna wear a respirator just because I care about my lungs a bit and I want to take the chance. Okay, lid's on enough. So, there's our first bottle. I'm sure it's going to get all dirty here in a little bit. So, that being said, we'll get the compressor charged up and get ready to start spraying. Alright, the compressor's running outside, but here are some instructions. With this gun, I set it in the wand directions as well as on the main gun directions. So, you don't want to insert this threaded in more than 1 or 2 turns. I guess if you thread it all the way, it's not going to allow, it'll only just push air. So they're saying go in 1 or 2 threads only, and then you're on full. So again, when you assemble there's 1, 2, we'll put 3 anyway. So that lock that down, and then we can adjust the amount coming out of here by turning this in and out using the lock nut there. So anyway, and it also says as far as regulated levels, working pressure 40 to 90 psi. 80 to 90 psi is usually good. So it's 75 degrees out today, so it should flow and spray pretty good. So I'll start at 60 or so and see how it's working. And anyway, we're almost ready to spray. Alright, so ready to go. This here says may have to go to 115 to 120 psi for the wands. So we'll see how it goes. We'll start it like maybe 80, 90 psi and then go from there. Okay, we're set at 80 psi. First what we're going to do is get up all in here and spray. I think we're spraying this. Okay, stuff's coming out. Okay, that's good. Okay, I am done applying the lanolin liquid film undercoating. So I bought 1 gallon of regular and 1 gallon of graphite dyed black. Let's see what it looks like now. It's quite the mess. Alright, so nothing much up in here. I didn't really hit much top up here. See a little down there I hit with the black. Some clear spots I just hit with the bolts. Went in the hood really good up here. Again, you see little indications that it came out, which was kind of what I wanted. So hopefully that's coated up inside there really well. Can't see much of the front wheel on, so we'll just jump back here to the back. So almost makes the frame look worse than it actually is because it's so shiny and it's runny. I put a lot on here, I'll say that. So I hit the body underneath as well. So it looks kind of messy, but I think it'll, when it dries, it'll protect it. And hopefully, maybe I'll just need like 1 gallon a year going forward if I keep this truck past a couple years. So anyway, wasn't a fun job in the driveway. I can see why having a lift would make this so much better. But, you know, I'm trying to save this truck. Again, mostly surface rust, not too deep at all. But if I didn't take care of it now, a couple more seasons, and this truck may have been too far gone. So anyway, it's hard to really get a good indication of how it looks, but it once it goes flat black, it'll kind of blend in a little more. So if I would do it over again, I'm not sure I would have gotten the dyed black version. I may have just gone with the standard stuff, but going forward, when I touch it up, I'll just use the regular non-dyed version. So anyway, oops, little spot up there I missed, huh? See right up in there? Yeah, see a little rust there in the bodywork. See if I can put a little more in that jar and hit that spot, because I really want to hit this body section back here. This is where I was running out, and didn't have good lighting in here, so I really couldn't see what I had hit and what I hadn't hit, so I'll do that right now. Okay, since I pulled off that bumper like I showed you and put the hitch on, I need to do a little more undercoating with lanolin type material. So I ran through 2 gallons of fluid film, 1 in plain and 1 in black. This time around I figured I'd try a gallon of Surface Shield. It is about $20 more a gallon, so we'll see if it's worth the price. I just figured I'd try it for this last section above the spare tire. So section that I really want to get coated, and they say Surface Shield will last maybe 2 seasons, where the fluid film maybe last one season. So I'm gonna give this a go. We'll see if it pours easier and all that. So I'll have this quart here filled with Surface Shield, and I'll get at it doing some more undercoating and hopefully get the bumper put back on the truck, cut off the section around the bumper for the new hitch, and kind of get this thing wrapped up and ready to at least test drive some more. All right, stay tuned. I did read somewhere that this flows better, i.e. it's less viscous, so I'll just try and pour some into here without a funnel and see what happens. Probably do it off camera because I don't feel like having to hold this and trying to pour that with one hand. All right, I changed my mind. It was going to make a mess just due to the size of this lid. So we'll try using my homemade funnel again here. Definitely flows better, and I'm glad I used this little solo cup funnel, because that would have made a mess. Well, definitely flows better. It's not clumpy. We'll see. It's some proprietary blend of lanolin and other mineral spirits or something in here. Not mineral spirits, but some other minerals. So, let's see if I have to. I was running the fluid film, and the temperature was probably 70 degrees outside. I was running it at, I think, 70 psi my regulator. So we'll just test this out, see what kind of PSI we need to get this to spray nicely. Alright, stay tuned. Alright, so I just used the Surface Shield. It sprayed about the same, maybe a little better than fluid film. Regulator was set about the same pressure.
Has fluid film. I think I had like 70 or so. But I definitely want to get in this areas now that I pulled the rear bumper plastic off. Spread it in more areas. So again, it looks pretty ruckus, but this is early summer. I'll have to do it again before the winter, but I don't have to pull off the rear bumper every time I gotta do it. So anyway, fixed the rear hatch trim piece up there that was broken. So now it's actually attached with the proper screws up inside there. Replaced the button for the glass on the hatch. That was not working. So anyway, got a few things checked off the list. Starting to feel better. This truck's starting to come together. Hopefully.